And his feet are facing the door, so if he was sleeping in bed,
Oh, no.
It would not.
How could you?
No autopsy crewman.
Go find either me, Don, or Jason. Yeah, that's Jason. He's our third GM. And we will basically sort of narrate point by point and figure out what's going on in terms of physical violence or any other thing that requires like lots of our input because lots of things are happening at once or for whatever other reason. In this particular game, we are using actual Nerf weaponry as weaponry, and we are going to have some gun safety briefings after our more general briefing here to tell you a little bit more about that. Did everybody have a chance to play around with the Zello technology and the QR scanning?
Okay, I'm Lieutenant Commander Dirk Summer, and I'm in charge of weapons, the brig, and the armory. But I don't know who's actually manning that right now.
The armory?
Yeah, the armory.
It's got a force field.
Who's manning the brig?
What are you doing here?
I am Commander
You're going to be in
Shrock.
charge of the ship because Captain's
I
not
am
here.
lead security,
on the away team.
tactical when I'm here. Mainly I'm leading the away mission.
Right now.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna boot this up.
Yeah. What? I didn't know what difficulty.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Thomas Brown, ace pilot and helmsman of the Artemis. Weapons, can you handle shields?
All right. Wait.
Captain, give me a quick summary of what's happening here.
Well, we're here in the Dorvan system for delegations between us and the Argonians. And we found some interesting readings on one of the planets here. We're sending down a small away team to investigate.
That's right.
Destroyed. Not destroyed, but broken down, useless until you fix that puzzle.
My chief of engineers.
Are there any casualties?
Nope.
No, there are no casualties.
Our chief engineer's not on board. Does anyone here have engineering knowledge?
Any injured?
I
Casualties are dead.
Well, a casualty is an injury also.
I thought they were dead.
Casualty
They were
also
dead.
morbidity.
Luckily, nobody was damaged within
This is
the
the center
explosion
core.
radius, but your work core is not doing so well.
Is there any radiation escaping?
No, that has been contained.
It's a square block. I've seen this puzzle before.
Coolant or I'm not an engineer, I don't know specifically myself, that was something sort of made it.
Well, since you destroyed my beautiful space weapon.
Wasn't exactly yours. You took it by force. I was just lucky enough to disable it in time.
Force is a harsh word. I would much rather just call it business.
What happened is bomb went off somewhere in the engineering, took down our warp drives, and then Commander or Captain Eckel showed up with a cloaking device, demanding that we give up the delegates, that they will be taken hostage, most likely for ransom. He's given us 5 minutes.
Holy cow.
Which delegate?
The Arvonian?
about three.
All of the delegates,
Arvonians.
not the Argonians.
Are
You.
Arvonian.
Yeah, our delegates,
the Arvonian
United
captain has.
Yeah, the United Seller. Yes,
missing.
Captain Eckel.
The Arvonian, the captain of the Arvonian delegation has.
No,
okay.
Captain Eckel is arch nemesis, and he's
At Captain Eccles.
Is he an ally to the Argonians?
He's a Scaran. He's a Scaran war. He's a Scaran.
He has demanded us as hostages.
Yes, you as
Got
hostages.
some time is ticking, Captain.
And we only have a few minutes left to figure out what we're going to do.
We are.
So I'm in no.
all of us?
Yes.
Is there any one of the ones on his ship?
Are being demanded.
Not that I know of, just
Then this is hostile.
But we have the Ardonians on board. I don't want to risk an all-out fight. He's got a massive fighter out there. We would have to go toe-to-toe and pull out, luckily, with this good
Are the Arvonians allied with this captain?
I don't know. I don't
What are
know.
his shield
He's a
operations
mercenary.
at?
He's a
Are
gun
we?
for hire.
Are we to also? Are we to?
Captain, we can take his Scaran.
What are
He
his
has a
shield
cloaking device
frequencies
now.
at?
Are we to protect?
He can't fire.
Question: Are we to protect the Arvonian delegates as well?
They aren't being hostage.
Right, they're not being hostage, but it should we
Hold
continue
on.
on the ship here?
would you be willing to go undercover and pretending to be one of the delegates?
I do not think that would be the best position.
He does. I don't believe he knows who the delegates are. If we get the doctor,
No, I don't believe this would be the best condition. They do not care for the Zimni. They have already made that clear.
The Skaran do not like the Zimni.
They are.
I need a volunteer to
The
go over
Argonians do
with
not
the
like
delegates.
That too.
I can go board if there's no one else.
Thank you so much.
You're giving us away.
Sir,
I need-
are we
I
to
need
be
at least-
hostages?
Yeah, I'm going to be
what are
taking
the
2 of you.
Avorians?
One of you needs to stay here and continue negotiations.
They're the other delegates.
So how many of the delegates are you
I'm
sending
sending
over?
2 delegates and Somer. He's going to take place as the 3rd delegate. And they're going to go over to the ship. You are going to try and smuggle on board a weapon and try and keep them safe. If anything goes wrong,
Very
you
well.
have full permission
All
to
right.
go
So
to
you are
deadly
not
force and
sending-
take him down.
So you are not sending any Arvonians there?
No, no Arvonians will
The
be involved in
Arvonians
this.
were not
The
requested
less
as
that they
ransom.
know, the
Who
better
was?
this is.
Just the U.S. Just you, sir.
We need 2 of you, and we will send
And
2 of us,
Somer
and we
will be
will
taking one.
Somer-
Commander Strike,
I'm
you should
uncertain
go
of it.
right.
I'm uncertain of his
You may
motivations.
take weapons.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
And what
weapons
is your
are taken.
plan once we have been taken hostage?
He's going to be
Well,
there to
what's that
protect you in
situation
case
once
things
we're on
go
board?
problem, and then his job is going to be trying to find a way to smuggle you out.
And what is the what was his name? The man who's asking for the hostage?
Eckel.
Eckel.
We
He
can't
wants
protect
to.
them now,
What does he
but
want?
we would
Just
be able to
hostages and then.
protect them.
Yes. Once they're inside, they should be able to disable the cloaking device. If Somer can get
Weapons,
out.
they're in. Why don't we just teleport in an away party?
Sir, they can't fire at the same time as having the cloaking device up. In order to carry out their threat, we'd have to engage in open combat.
It's true.
With us on board their ship.
I don't want to
not
risk
on board
any
yet.
lives yet.
We're not on board yet.
If somebody teleports on board,
I will.
Are you
No.
basically sending a way
you will offer
to
yourself a
Captain Eckel
I will
rather
go as
than
a
the delegates
hostage. You
and
want
fight him
to
out
remain
toe
here.
to tail
I
on his
understand
ship?
that you have a duty to your planet.
once we start
Yes,
fighting,
and-
we may
but
engage
my
the
my
cloaking,
duty
we'll
is
be able
to the
fire and
United
teleport
States.
back.
United States very.
It's risky. I don't want to risk. I don't
I will
want to
make
risk
sure
any
to
any
both
kind of.
Then why don't we just simply
not,
teleport over a tracking device so we
Not
can
compromise
open
our
fire
position
on
in
them?
the sector, and to
You guys have a
ensure
clock that's ticking on
crimes.
this?
We had 5 minutes.
You,
Gordek or
B says a B.
Bevan?
Bevan's the medley.
Bevan, can you come to the bridge right now?
In this situation, I feel
Captain,
like
I
I would not be able to compromise.
would not want someone else's life put at stake for my own.
then we don't teleport anyone alive. Simply something that tracks so we can open up a fire.
Bevan, I need you to get a strongest subspace transponder we can find on this ship. We need to rig it up to broadcast wideband. We're going to try and detect a cloaked ship.
Understood.
So find a GM and talk to them about that. So we're not going to send anyone over. We're going to send over a transponder, and once we have a locked on signal, we are going to fight it out. But I want the delegates and the Argonians on ready to go in a shuttle if things should go awry, so we can send them out and hold
Will
off.
we be using nuclear weapons?
Yes, I'm an EMP and a nuke.
Absolutely. We need absolutely every weapon.
Are shields currently up or down?
Our shields are currently down, but they're cloaked. They can't attack.
The ambassador and delegation will remain here.
Yes, you guys are going to go to the shuttle bay and be ready to leave in case the fight goes problem. Yes. Do not tell them too much information. Tell them there's a problem
that we have a
and they
problem.
might need to abandon ship. But do not tell them that there's a fight.
Sir, they've already found that
How do they
there is
how do they get along with the cold?
possible attack.
I don't think
They have been told there is a
We've only got one missile left to engage the lab. We have got barely enough energy to get to that ship, to get to that station.
keep your eyes open. What is that?
AR-01 still in pursuit.
Alright.
One more missile I can go for energy.
Wait, restock, and then I'll head back to the planet.
Alright, so you are active. Okay. So
Technically, he outranks me, but
alright, but he
I would prefer to go planet side.
that he would be an excellent
You and
person.
Captain.
I'll take the bridge, Captain.
Very good.
Any issues arise, please. Admiral Haley.
Yes, sir. Admiral, is your communicator frequency tied into the ship's comnet?
Mine?
That's not true. They're not.
It is
I know,
just myself, the
the Sky Marshal and go to Artemis Creek.
That's fine. I'm actually good at this game.
Nearby, 100 meters.
All right.
But I would have
Yes. Assemble yourself a crew to do it. We will return to the.
Admiral, can you give us a summary of what's gone on so far? What are we going to do?
I have not been fully briefed, so I cannot give you any specific summary on what's been going on here on the bridge. I can tell you that negotiations are progressing. Parties are attempting to work together. And as much as we would like to participate in any rescue, we have elected to return to our duties as delegates.
Okay, thank you.
Captain, are you there? No.
Okay. I'm laying in a new course.
Captain, come in.
Taking us away.
Head for the aberrant Xeno. We can get a high-res scan.
Forwards.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm down on the surface of Dorman 4. I'm here with the blue creature. He says that you sent him to help.
I was in 100.
For his peace, we have negotiated to help him. It will allow us to at least know what's on the planet, and it will be the least likely to incite any kind of war.
Warp again? No, I'm in reverse. Never mind. Left the parking brake on.
Good to hear. I'm glad I left you in charge.
Oh, we'll have to stay within 100 meters for that. Never mind.
Yeah, we're not dealing with this. This is dumb.
Has he told you exactly what help he needs with recovering what he called part of himself?
Heading for
I'm sure we can sort that out later. Right now, I'd like to get back to my ship.
We are heading back to Doravan. I will be coming planetside to make sure you safely get back and essentially trading places with you.
I've invited Ambulax to the Peace Talks if he is willing to come.
It seems quite peaceful to me, and I see no harm in it. I wish to stay here and help in any way we can. Meanwhile, both the torpedo tubes are not working on the ship. I would like to get you back to the ship so you can possibly leave and go get them fixed.
Understood. Well, I think it would be best if you stay here with them and discuss situation of exactly when and where we can hold the peace talks. And to keep an eye on our friend Eckel here, make sure he doesn't swindle anyone.
Did Emborax tell you what he needed from us?
Not particularly. He seemed a little vague on the details, but I have a feeling that Webb would have a little more knowledge of exactly what he needs.
You and your daughter should both return to the ship. I will take Webb and we will stay here if the ship has to leave.
I agree.
There is no clip loaded.
Good.
If you would like to escort him back to the teleportation site.
Yes, sir.
Commander, I'll leave you in charge here.
Thank you.
Eckel, it was good to see you again. I look forward to our next encounter. And Amberlight,
Likewise.
I look forward to talking with you and your people about peace and
Yes,
reformation.
why?
See you soon.
I am on the surface, but if them and Webb can come down, that would be okay. The Arvonian...
I believe they wanted to contact the captain directly about something.
The captain is on his way back to the ship as we speak. The Arvonian delegate wishes to speak to you.
Okay, I'll communicate to him on the way.
Excellent, sure.
Which delegate? Why am I...
The Arvonians.
Okay. I'll figure it out. Hello, Shrek.
Hello.
Nice shooting.
Thank you. Nice. Whatever that was.
You'll note I saved your captain from a fiery doom.
that should at least earn me something.
The nice saving, then. I will be a messenger.
I don't.
You two are acquainted.
I don't mean to get in the way of whatever business you have with Mr. Amborax, Lord Amborax.
Shall we?
Yes.
Fabulous.
You need to enlighten me on what exactly we are doing.
I need help getting to my device.
It's locked away.
It is. And I'm hoping your science team can aid me in this.
So I'm taking it needs a delicate touch.
Yes.
I was with earlier should be able to be teleported planet-side soon. You will be able to look at it and figure out what we need to do in order to get to the device.
Fabulous.
May I ask why you are broken?
Which side is?
I? By Zimding.
I'm sorry?
Who were you betrayed by?
Others.
I understand the strife of inner turmoil.
It appears there's also turmoil within the field.
There's turmoil within Zindian, why most of us lost our once nicer complexion. Captain, how goes it? Go ahead. Are you able to send down Webb so he can examine the device?
Webb is on his way right now.
Will you permit me, Lord Amborax, to examine?
As you will.
Alan, out of character. Has my character met you before?
You were a security officer when, during the last conflict, which means you...
Tell me about the Centaurs.
The Scarans, they have no central government. They are simply corporations that do not entirely understand. But they pay their rent to us.
I see.
And their warriors are powerful. So we use them.
As long as they pay their dues.
Oh, yeah, so you're supposed to be a centaur. Okay.
on the 3 dimensions.
So, let's see.
I can tell nothing more.
Why did they betray you?
You can't.
Do you know why?
Yes.
I can.
What does it say?
What
if you would tell me.
What is the gift of Amborax?
Do you want him to read it or not?
Amborax's gift is skill.
Let him
That
through.
is Webb.
Who is Webb?
I was requested to come down here and assist.
Webb!
Allow him through.
Commander? So for the record, I am I'm Captain Echo.
So I kind of want to kill you, and you kind of want to kill me.
Thanks.
What are you still doing alive?
You're
saving our captain. He got into an escape pod.
I bear you no ill will. I am merely a businessman. Yeah. Whom you ruined.
Bear all the
tried
ill
to
will
destroy
all
the
we
planet.
want. It is not relevant to the current situation.
Very well.
So, back to this artifact
Again. He has scanned it before. Is there anything you can assist him on scanning it again?
Out of character, I don't know what the difference was between what Jason told. I don't remember what the difference was between what Jason told me and
Pretty much had
the Krallian who scanned it.
See if it's changed this time. No, still nothing new.
What you're
Still is an unknown.
Webb?
It's the same thing as it's made of an unknown material and emits moderate amounts of zeta radiation.
Unknown material, it's Darbamek. Haven't you people heard of Darbamek?
We're not familiar with that in our database.
Of course.
How would you come to have known of it?
It's my job.
Captain, does anyone know of a material called Darmamek?
It should be, the text is Krallian though, but not one that we're familiar with. Were any of you more successful?
Could you repeat that last translation?
Yeah, I can read it.
What does it say?
The material was what again?
Dharma mech.
Dharma mech. It's a weird material we're trying to work with.
It says, I don't know if I'm rest if I remember correctly, the gravity around it is
it's warped space and time. Yes. Now there was that second zeta radiation signature. What was all of that about? That was here.
You can scan it, right?
Oh right. Well,
I'll allow it.
Mind if I scan? You're emitting zeta radiation. That's not exactly a
Just
common thing for life forms to do.
I'll be back.
I can tell you what it says.
That's gonna work somehow.
Oh,
There
is
we
he
go.
being scarred? Oh, gosh.
Scan.
But, I now have all this.
No.
Let's see. The rest of what you see here was in a stasis chamber.
What does that part do?
That
How long?
millennia.
So you were simply left here and in a stasis chamber for millennia.
Yes. It was to be my transcendence.
So if you emit high amounts of zeta radiation, I'm assuming you can, with that, you would then be able to.
Basis for millennia.
Understood. Keep me updated if anything happens.
If you're willing, see, please.
Captain, Jeffrey, or would you like the one in the center?
It's true. Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
He's strong.
No. Give us his gift, the steel.
And the universe.
Ooh. Would it be prudent to have? I'm sorry.
Amberlax?
Amberlax. Would it be prudent to have Amberlax translate?
No.
The phrase.
I think it would be prudent to have each one individually.
Perhaps have the
Perhaps we would. Perhaps that would be.
have to write it down.
Phrase on what?
The writing on your box.
I see.
Yeah.
I can read it.
I
can read it.
Yes, I know you can.
Can you translate it? Would all are all
Can
four?
we pause for just a second?